All right, guys, welcome back. So this week, I'm going to do a recap of a lesson that I just posted that got me a lot of questions. Now, this was a player in San Francisco. I have worked with this player on and off for several years. When he first started working with me, Patrick was a very steep, early extending player. We spent a lot of time working to get the shaft in a good position. Now, when he started out working with me, he was in a position where he would just pull the club straight up and then straight down and early extend out of it to save it. So the first move we did over the years was get him to learn how to make a good backswing. So I talk about this all the time, so I'll just recap it briefly. We went with a big turn in the hips, big turn in the shoulders, and then got him in a position where the arms were trying to get into a position where they would get up here, a long shoulder plane with a big turn. Now, he ended up getting there every single time, putting himself in a good position, but he still kept one of his fundamental flaws. And the golf school we just did is where we finally got rid of it. Hey guys, if you're interested in seeing what I can do with your golf swing, this is your opportunity. Check down below, see all the dates of my golf schools. Send me an email, let's get you signed up. He massively struggled getting rid of the early extension issue, even after he fixed the root cause. So we went after attacking a few things. Now, sit up there and go up to the top. Players early extend by pushing the pelvis under them and getting the chest to work up. So everyone is just goat humping the golf ball, as we call it. Now, the first movement pattern we had to attack was the pelvis. So I started getting behind him and holding the pelvis in place as he made his downswing. I did not let it go towards the golf ball. Now he started still lifting the chest as we were doing that, and he'd fall back towards me, and he'd have a hard time getting back to the golf ball. He whiffed about half of the shots he attempted to hit. But we were able to start keeping the pelvis, the feel for the pelvis being underneath him. The goal was to get the cheeks just behind the heels in transition. That was the first step. We're now creating space in the downswing. After we were able to get him in a position where that happened, I started controlling his head. So head up to the top for me. When he was coming down, I kept his head in position. I held everything here until the club got to about P5.5, which is right here. From here, we worked on ripping everything around the corner. So I was literally manually turning his head to get the chest rotating. Once he got in a position where he started understanding that he could rotate the chest, then we had to deal with the arms. Once you get that chest moving, a lot of players will still throw their arms. You think about it, when I'm moving away from a golf ball, I have to extend everything to get back into a position where I can make contact with the golf ball. So we went ahead, fixed the body. Then we had to train the arms on how to do everything. So we just took little half backswings where we picked the club up in a position like this, rolled everything behind, turned the face down, turned back to this position, and then concentrated on keeping that right elbow tight to his side. So I'm going to have Max hit one with that little drill there. Go ahead, set up, lift the club up, roll the club back. There we go. Control the face. Turn back, turn through, keep your arms on your side. So that's a little no-throw drill. That is an excellent drill if you're trying to learn how to condition your arms through impact. You don't want the throw to be early into the ground, but instead you want the goal of releasing everything out towards your target later, right before the strike. That is an excellent way to start learning how to pick up more speed and have more consistent contact through and through on every single strike. So after we put all those things together, he had a dilemma. We started picking up a massive amount of distance. He started adding about 25 to 30 yards to each one of his clubs. So we had to go through the process of retraining him on how far everything went. And we did that on the course. We noticed the first couple holes, he'd hit a 9-iron on a 140-yard hole and just blasted over the green by 20 yards. And we just started dialing everything back. We gained about 2 clubs worth of distance after we put all those things together. So remember, if you struggle with early extension, first thing you have to do is make sure the shaft is shallowing in the downswing. If it's steep, you're probably going to have to early extend. That is a good player move to try and save it. Sometimes players are just able to go into a nice rotary move from there. Other times they still have their early extension. Fix the early extension by training the body how to stay up against a wall, control the head, keep everything in position so that you have room through impact. Once you have that space, once the space is created, learn how to maintain your arm angles. That's an excellent drill you could do if you put a head cover underneath your right arm, take that little half swing, and just feel your body creating the strike. That's the throw versus no throw movement you hear George Gankis talk about. Once you get in position where you can align all three and you can put everything together, you'll probably notice you're hitting the ball a lot farther. You're going to hit it lower and with a more penetrating flight and better spin. Put that all together, and I think you're going to play a lot better golf. I hope to see you guys next week. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. Thanks a lot, you guys.